Hello everyone. Today in English Matters, we will talk about simple present. When do we use simple present? We use simple present for habits or routines. For example, I walk to school every day. Another example, she drinks milk every morning. So your habit or routine could be daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, even seasonal. Any habits or routines that you have, you will need to use simple present to make a sentence for that. We also use simple present for general truth or facts. For example, her mother is Peruvian. Another example, the sun rises in the east. We never see the sun rising in the west. This is a scientific fact that the sun rises in the east. Therefore, we will use simple present for that sentence. Also, if you're stating any information about you or about other people that are true, you will need to use simple present. We also use simple present for timetable or schedule. Example, the university opens at 7 a.m. and closes at 10 p.m. Another example is the train to Boston leaves at 9 a.m. every Saturday. Any institution, organization, company, or even yourself, if you have a timetable or a schedule that you follow and you would like to present about your daily activities or daily timetable or schedule to someone, you will need to use simple present. Here are some things that you need to remember when you are using these subjects and making a simple present sentence. For the subjects of I, you, we, they, or if you have two names and up, or you're using plural nouns, you have to remember that you need to use the base form of the verb only. That means no S, no ES, no IES in the verb. For example, we have I walk to school. It is wrong to say I walks to school because your subject is I, therefore you need to use the base form of the verb only. You eat caramel ice cream. The same thing. You cannot use S, ES, or IES. If you do that, that will be grammatically wrong. We also say we play football. They watch a movie. And in number 5, we can see that we have two names here, Mary and Sandy. So the verb that we are using is study. We don't need to put S or ES or IES in our sentence. Also for number 6, this is an example of a plural noun. The bats sleep during the day. So we don't need to put S or ES or IES in the verb. However, if we are using he, she, it, or if we're using only one name or a singular noun, we will need to put S or ES or in some cases IES in the verb. Let's take a look at some of our examples. We have the first one, he dances every other day at the gym. So we have the subject he. That means the verb that we are using, dance, we will need to put S in the verb to make it grammatically correct. She cooks pasta for her family. It laughs and cries when you press the button. Like for example, you have a doll or if you have a robot, and they have this special feature that when you press a button, they will be laughing or they will be crying, something like that. I remember when I was a child, I actually had a special doll like that. For example, number 4, we have Erica studies Chinese every day. Here is another example wherein you put IES in the verb because we only have one name. And if you have only one name and you're using the simple present tense of the verb, you will have to use S or ES or IES and add it to your verb. He washes his car every other week. And the last example is my dog sleeps on the couch. So my dog sleeps on the couch. Dog is a singular noun, so we will need to put S here for the word sleep. Okay? Now maybe your next question is, when do we put S, ES, or IES in the verb? That's a very, very good question. Here and that will be are the spelling rules that you can follow so that you will know when to use S, ES, or IES in a verb. Again, this is for the subjects of he, she, it, and then if you have one name, one person, or if you're using singular nouns. Okay? So the general rule is that most verbs you just need to add S to the verb if you're using any of these subjects. Like, for example, the base form is walk. But if you're going to use he, she, it, or single name or singular noun, then you will need to put S. He walks, she sings, it jumps. Now in this case, for the rule number 2, if a verb is ending in SS, SH, CH, X, or O, you will need to add ES to the verb. Like for example, kiss is a verb, so that ends in SS. So if you're using he as a subject, you will have to say he kisses. Or wash ends in SH. So when you use he, she, it, or a singular name or a singular noun, then you will need to say she washes. Watch ends with CH, so that will be he watches. Fix ends with X, so that will be she fixes. And go ends with O, so that will be he goes. Okay? Now here, another thing that you have to remember is that if it's the consonant plus Y, then you will have to change it to IES. So that will be consonant Y, you know the consonant letters in the alphabet, right? So we have cry. This verb ends with Y. Now the letter before Y is R, and that's a consonant letter. So when we change it to the subject, if we have the subject of, he, she, it, name, or singular noun, that will be he cries. Or study, in this case, study, that will be studies. Right? So, for example, Sandy studies. Now, in the case of a vowel plus Y, you just need to add S. Example, stay. So you have Y, it ends with Y, and then you have here the vowel A. So if you're using a singular noun or only one name, then that will be Ben stays. Or by ends with Y, and then before that there's the letter U, which is a vowel, then you will have to say she buys. Okay?